Every generation has people who challenge what we believe is humanly possible, not because they have superpowers, but because they act like they do. They choose discomfort when the world begs for convenience. They dive into discipline when everyone else gives in to pleasure. These people didn't just build muscle, success, or fame. They built stories. Stories that redefine strength, purpose, and the edge of human potential. In this video, we're diving into the lives of 3 of the most inspiring people alive today, or who once lived because of the choices they made. One of them lives hidden in the mountains. One turned trauma into unmatched toughness, and one brought ancestral living back into mainstream culture. Whether people liked it or not, what they did may seem impossible, but the lesson is clear. You can choose to live differently, powerfully, starting today. Stay until the end, because this isn't just a video about people. It's about the version of you that could exist if you decided to live like they do. The mountain man with his breath technique. He has no Instagram, no books, no courses, and yet the few seconds of blurry footage that exist of him have spread through spiritual and wellness communities like fire. His name is unknown, but his legend unforgettable. Somewhere in the remote provinces of western China, deep in the midst of an untouched mountain range, lives an elderly man in complete solitude. Locals call him the Silent Lung. Why? Because for decades he's trained in ancient breathing techniques, so deeply, so masterfully, that he's said to slow his heartbeat, control his body temperature, and survive in freezing conditions with a single breath. He lives without modern tech, grows his own herbs, eats wild greens, spring water, and roots. There's no luxury, no validation, and no need for applause. His days are spent meditating, moving slowly, and breathing with awareness most of us never experience in our lives. Visitors who've reached him say he radiates calm so intensely it's intimidating. One young climber said, "It felt like I was standing in front of a mountain, not a man." His story might sound mythical, but his lifestyle holds deep truths. In a world addicted to stimulation, peace is the most powerful rebellion. He reminds us that we have forgotten how to breathe, forgotten how to sit with ourselves, and forgotten how powerful the basics can be when done with focus. His life isn't about followers or fame, it's about mastery. And he mastered the one thing we all take for granted, our breath. And through breath, he mastered his body, his emotions, and his reality. 2. David Goggins, from broken to bulletproof. While the mountain man found peace through breath, David Goggins chose war through pain. But make no mistake, both paths lead to power. Goggins didn't grow up with strength or success. He grew up abused, bullied, overweight, and lost. He cleaned fast food kitchens and sprayed cockroaches for a living. He was over 300 pounds, depressed and without a future. Then came the moment, the switch, when Goggins realized no one was coming to save him. And if he wanted a different life, he would have to suffer more than anyone else was willing to suffer. So he did. He lost over 100 pounds in just 3 months to qualify for the Navy SEALs. He went through Hell Week. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He became an ultra-endurance athlete, completing 100-mile runs, ultra-triathlons, and even broke the pull-up world record with over 4,000 pull-ups in 24 hours. But what made him famous wasn't his athleticism. It was his mindset. His videos, books, and interviews reveal one thing: pain is the path, and discipline is the key. Where most people run from pain, Goggins runs straight into it. He trains in the cold, in the dark, alone. He speaks openly about the voices in his head that say, "You're weak, you're done." And then he says something no one expects: "I like those voices, because when I beat them, I know I'm alive." Goggins isn't polished or polite. He's raw, brutal but brutally honest. He's a reminder that there is no motivation without suffering. If you want the strength to push through life's worst moments, you don't need talent. You need suffering on purpose. His mantra? Stay hard. 2 words that changed millions of lives. And one mindset that makes you unstoppable. 3. Liver King, the viral caveman who made nature cool again. Then there's Brian Johnson, better known as Liver King. When he exploded onto TikTok and Instagram, people didn't know what to make of him. A shredded, bearded man, shirtless in all weather, eating raw liver, testicles, bone marrow, and preaching about sleeping on the floor and walking barefoot. It was weird. It was raw. It was viral. But it was also powerful, because behind the antics was a deeper message, one that resonated with millions. Modern life is killing us slowly. Go back to nature. Liver King isn't just about liver. He built his entire identity around the 9 ancestral tenets: sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, cold, sun, fight, bond. He talks about how society has become soft, how convenience has made us weak, and how ancestral living, even in small ways, can bring back vitality, confidence, and strength. Yes, he faced criticism, especially around steroid use. But even then, his influence remained, because his core message was never about perfection. It was about taking action, turning off Netflix, eating real food, getting sunlight, lifting heavy, and reconnecting with what made us human in the first place. He made millions of people rethink their routines. He sparked debate, and he gave young men and women a reason to live harder, sleep deeper, and train wilder. Controversial? Sure, but impactful? Absolutely. What do a silent mountain monk, a cursing ex-Navy SEAL, and a liver-eating influencer have in common? They chose a path most people are afraid to choose. They leaned into discomfort and built power from pain. They didn't wait for motivation. They created meaning through movement. They proved that transformation doesn't come from hacks. It comes from hard truths and hard action. You don't have to eat raw liver. You don't have to run 100 miles. And you don't have to live in a cave. But you can start choosing discomfort over distraction. You can take one piece of their mindset and apply it now. Because maybe what we admire most in them is simply the version of ourselves we haven't unlocked yet. If this video inspired you, like it right now. And comment which story hit you hardest, Goggins, Liver King, or the Mountain Breather. And subscribe if you're done watching and ready to act. This channel isn't about entertainment. It's about unlocking who you were meant to become.